Hey, AI Headhunter here. Last time I uploaded my first gaming video. It was a Warcraft 3 VOD that was originally released at September 2005. And this time we have my second and last Warcraft 3 video that was originally released at April 2006. Unlike the first video, this one had no sound when it was released. I think it was some issue with Fraps, or I don't quite remember what I was using as a software, but I didn't have the necessary hardware for making videos, so no sound, and it's an opportunity for me to make commentary now. That means 6 years later. So it's kinda nostalgic and funny for me to look at these old videos and review my gaming skills at that time. So as you can see, I'm playing human race. I'm playing against a night elf, I think quite successful Russian player point. The map is Turtle Rock, and it's basically the hardest map to fast expand, so it was the last map that I haven't played fast expand against elf. I think on the other maps I was switching to fast expand play in 2006, because basically now, or even few years after that, fast expansion was the only way to play human against night elf. There's like no other way to play this matchup. But let's concentrate on the build I used. The build orders in Warcraft 3 are pretty easy compared to StarCraft 2. You just put your workers to the gold mine, and then everything is counted by the peasants that are made in your town hall. That means the first peasant goes to barracks, the second farm, and so on, so it's easy to remember and so on. You can see that my first army contains 1 hero, Archmage, and 2 footmen. I was able to kill the wisp, but I wasn't able to escape from its detonation radius. That means it took 50 mana. There's another wisp that is trying to detonate my water elemental, so he gets experience for killing it. He was unable to do it, and he lost the wisp, so that was a good move from me. At the same time, I'm creeping without using militia. That means I have the higher income of wood as possible at the early stage of the game, and I'm able to tech to tier 2 as fastest as possible. But right now I could use some militia because his demon hunter is harassing me, and even though this creep is quite easy, I would have some trouble to killing the creep and dealing with the demon hunter at the same time. With 3 or 4 militia, you are perfectly able to creep everything and damage the demon hunter without taking any losses. So unfortunately I have no mana left, because I casted 2 water elementals, and then the demon hunter burned some mana. Right now he's trying to steal the creep, or damage me somehow, just typical harass. But since I have militia and a lot of army, I'm able to kill all the creeps, and right now that I used a pretty good move. I intentionally moved out my Archmage from the creep that has the item, and I made him think that he can steal my item, and I was ready to surround the demon hunter as he was stealing the item from me. So it was definitely worth it to sacrifice the item and force the demon hunter to teleport. Not only that he lost the teleport, but I'm free of his harassment. I can move on the map and kill some additional creep, but unfortunately he found me right away, and I have to fight his archers. Hopefully, no, I think I won't be able to save my footmen. I'm not even looking at it, and I think I was supposed to get the archer anyway, but you could see that he made a mistake. He didn't unselect the archer from his group, so the archer changed the direction of escape and went back, so it was easy kill. But still, I bought boots of speed and the dust that reveals cloaked units, so I would be able to kill it anyway. Nice try from him to kill his own archer and deny me the experience. Right now I'm harassing him with my archmage, doing some damage, and in meantime I'm creeping the turtles. His demon hunter got, I think, not lost, but I think he went. Yes, now we can see. He went in the middle to buy a neutral hero, Naga, which is very common in Night Elf against human. I also buy the Naga, but now I think it's a little bit a mistake from me to trying to push, because the Demon Hunter is so much better than the Archmage that it makes all the difference in this fight. I had 5 footmen against, I don't know, 4 archers, Naga against Naga, but the Demon Hunter makes so big difference that I won't be able to kill any unit. I lost 1 footman and I have to escape. And right now I'm fighting for keeping my teleport, I would say, because I'm in danger to lose any heroes, and I might decide to use the teleport instead of losing a hero, but I switch the items, the item of speed boot. I gave the boots to the Naga because Naga is slower than heroes as Demon Hunter or Archmage, so she can use the speed boost, and she has the frozen arrows, which is good to combine with high speed, because you can slow down some unit or hero and always move faster and catch it and shoot at it again, and so on. Right now I bought some healing in my shop, and unfortunately I met my opponent and I wasn't looking at the main screen. That was a rookie mistake, I would say, something that shouldn't happen, but I wasn't that good in 2006. I think my max level was 45, or I remember that my max level was 48. I think I never got 50 because I had multiple accounts and I wasn't playing on one account so long. So I lost my Naga basically for free because I wasn't looking, and he just focused it, and was easy kill. Right now he probably, oh no, he didn't kill the priest. He didn't count the 20 hit point heal, and another priest is here, and now I'm able to heal my Archmage and the priest, and that's something you have to do. Even though the priest has autocast, you have to manually select the unit you want to heal if you really want the priest to heal the important units. If you don't want the priest to heal footman who has, I don't know, 300 or 400 hit points, and you want to heal your dying hero, you have to manually select. So this was very surprising turn of events. I was able to kill the Naga, I got my level up on Archmage, so I saved all my units, and he lost both heroes. Even though he denied me the experience for Demon Hunter, he's in pretty bad shape because he lost both heroes. So as a reaction I decided to go Tower Rush, which is kinda improvised, and I wouldn't say it's the smartest decision because the timing was already past. I think the ideal timing is to attack, make some push, Tower Rush, before the Night Elf can have level, let's say, the final upgrade for druids. I mean the bears. I call them bears on purpose because I want to sound it like a beer and not like a bear. But basically this timing before he has beers has gone, and when I got to his base he'll be probably already drunk with beers. And that means the Tower Rush maybe won't be successful, but let's see. There is 3 druids, 3 beers, Naga with 3 beers, and my position is pretty good. As you can see, I didn't attack in the way whereas the Ancient of War, which is basically the barracks that has quite strong attack, and since it's not creating any units, it can attack all the time, so it wouldn't be very smart to attack from the side. But I went around and I made a natural wall with the 3 towers, and I'm having a pretty nice position from shooting, you know, from this position, and the bears can't attack at the same time, and he's wasting a lot of damage just by repositioning his army, while all of my army is dealing the damage. And that's one of the most important principles in fighting in Warcraft 3. Your units has to deal damage and not to move so much, because when units are moving, they're not dealing damage. Simple. But as you can see, the bears are pretty strong, and even though my towers are upgraded, even though I have one anti-mana tower, arcane tower, the damage output from my army and the towers is still not high enough to beat his army, because he's constantly healing, he's using his Ancient of War, and there's only weak casters, and the Demon Hunter is pretty strong. And I'm doing some damage, but this attack is basically doomed, because he's smartly killing all the units and ignoring the towers, because the towers can't get repaired, but he knows that killing my units and getting the experience is enough to defend his base. I lost my Naga, and I'm in pretty bad position. And what's the best thing for Elf now is the healing, the revelation, or I'm not sure how it's called, but you know the thing. It's maybe the most powerful spell in the Warcraft 3 that doesn't belong to hero, but that does belong to a unit. And as you can see, Demon Hunter, it's so hard to deal 400 damage to Demon Hunter with such a high armor, and he just used one spell and it's healed. So my Naga is back, few units are back, but still 5 beers, and I'm not able to win the game. And it was quite surprising for me, because as we all saw, he lost both of his heroes, and for a while it looked like the tower rush might be a good decision, but in fact it wasn't. And with good healing and, let's say, good micro from him, he defended successfully, and my supply is way down, and I'm in pretty horrible position. And right now I'm trying to fight as best I can, but it's not a really good idea, because the moment I turn around to save one unit, his Naga focus another unit and slow it down and kills it, and I'm losing more and more units. If I teleported right away at the towers, and if I saved all of the army, both heroes and my workers, I would be still in a decent position. But right now I had to use the teleport anyway. I lost most of my units, and I have to spend gold for healing items. So this is pretty horrible. And the only thing that is going for me is that I macroed pretty badly, and I had 1,000 of minerals. So I'm able to make some casters, some breakers, some riflemen. But still, this is a position where usually players would leave the game, I think. But I stayed in the game. I tried to fight longer. Maybe do something and do something, standard, and rely on my opponent to make a mistake. Basically, this is the only way how to win this game. My opponent has to make a mistake. Right now, if I see the count of my army, it's quite similar as the part before I decided to tower rush. I have 2 heroes and few units, and I'm in a position where I have to decide what to do next. If I made an expansion right after he lost both of his heroes, I would be in way better position right now. He wouldn't be able to push my expansion, and I would defend it. Then it would pay it for itself, and I would start getting double income of gold and probably won the game. But right now it's even risky to make an expansion because he has all the units. He has like 5 bears and high level heroes, and you know, the expansion not so good. So I have to creep as fast as I can. I have to get my levels, hopefully get some good items, and just creep and creep and creep and kill as most the units as I can in as fast as possible, basically. I took some militia. It wasn't necessary to kill the creep, but I think I'm gonna try to expand here. And this is very risky, obviously. This can work only if he doesn't scout it for some time, at least for the time before the town hall is up. When the town hall is up, it might be possible to defend with militia from my main base, and so maybe 1 or 2 towers, but usually in this situation you don't mass towers like 10 towers, because it's too late to start massing towers. You need to rely on your units. So basically 1 tower, that the arcane tower that you know, destroys the mana from units and heroes. This is a good tower to add to your expansion, but that's all. No more towers. So I was able to creep both of the gold mines and the shop. This is quite a good set of creeps because it gave me good items. I was able to buy 2 scrolls of healing. This is very important in this matchup if you play the mass tier 2 units. And I have a level 5 Naga. I can't even read it because the quality of the video is pretty low, but can't do anything about it. The expansion has to be cancelled. There's no way I could save the expansion. I was out of position, and even if I wasn't, too many bears and so on. But this is quite a good position. Well, this is the best position possible for me. He has only bears, no dryads, so no dispel. No dispel is very important because all of his bears has a slow on them, and the water elementals do their job because they tank all the damage. He can't dispel it, and there was some distance between my army and his army, so I used the range advantage, and basically I had the best position possible. I was microing pretty well and backing my units 1 by 1, the hurt units, and force him to attack the units I want him to attack. That means the full HP breakers, the water elementals, and I'm casting a lot. Priests are healing, sources were casting all the slow, and surprisingly I'm able to barely win the fight. You can see all of my units are so hurt. But still, the slow bears with no dryads can't really kill the escaping units, and maybe he should have tried to focus one of my heroes with Demon Hunter and Naga, like try to focus my Naga. That could work, but right now he's unable to. The position is pretty good, and additional breakers from my main base are coming to the battle, and he doesn't have any reinforcements. So that was a surprising turn of events once again, and I thought I was in such a bad position after the tower rush, and I definitely was, but the set of 3 creeps and good items, 2 scrolls, and the best position possible, really the best position in that fight, gave me a chance to continue in this game. And I even caught his Demon Hunter, and he bought a staff of teleportation, and he was able to escape. So, well, nothing I could do. The only thing that stops the teleport from the staff is some stun, but I don't have Mountain King or anything, so I couldn't do it. And right now I'm still I'm not in such a good position that I could just counterattack. This couldn't work at all because my army is hurt, and he would heal before I got in his base, and then Moonwells would be there and so on. So I have to continue the creeping, even though I have 5th level on my Archmage, and I still don't know which level I have on my Naga because I just couldn't read it. But even though I have the 5th levels on my heroes and I couldn't level up, it's still effective to creep because you get items and you get some gold. And Also, don't forget to turn off the autocast of the slow while you creeping, because it's not necessary to, well, it's not even good to cast, to spend all of your mana to slow down the creep. You can cast on few creeps if you have full mana, but you know, turn down the autocast. So right now I can see level 4 Naga, so it was level 3 before. Levels 5 and 4 are very much decent against army that had no dryads, because it makes the spells really powerful, and the bears are not even that strong, even though in theory they deal like 70 damage to breakers and have 960 HP. In the fight, the range of the breakers and the spells from the casters makes the difference that makes you able to fight the bears with your breakers. So I'm continuing the creeping. I have to creep all the way because I'm not in a good position to make a push, and maybe I could make an expansion again. That would be a good attempt. But I'm not sure what I was thinking in 2006, so why I didn't do it. Maybe I had bad experience with trying to expand against level 5 Demon Hunter and high level Naga that has level 2 lighting. How is it called? The lighting spell, you know. But if you cast it on peasants, it's free experience and gold loss at my side. So, few additional items. The ring of armor is very useless, pretty much useless for me, because it's useful only for heroes that are tanking some damage. But if you have such a weak casting heroes like Naga and Archmage, it doesn't help basically. It saves you few HP, but you can't let the strong units or strong heroes attack you anyway, even though you have some rings. So again, very good position for me. I caught my opponent from the side and I was able to attack him while he was escaping, and I'm using all of my militia because my gold mine ran out. So this is again the best position for me, and this is something that saved me the game. He has this time the dryads and he focusing my casters. I'm focusing the dryads with my riflemans. The spells are casting at both sides. There's one mountain giant. That's of course the mistake from him. I think he was maybe trying to do something about against good players, and I don't even mean like pro gamers, but any decent players. Mountain giants are pretty much useless because the only thing they do is try to lose your focus and attack them. But if you control your units well and don't attack the mountain giants, they are useless. You have to ignore them. Also, buying the Pit Lord was very stupid. Pit Lord is good in scenarios when human has expanded and there's big armies and something we could call macro game, but in such tense small fights, the Pit Lord, especially level 1 Pit Lord against level 5 Naga, is so useless. I was able to. I used my second potion of mana and I killed the 2 bears with my lighting. I was unable to kill the Naga, which I was focusing, but the 2 bears, that was a nice snipe, and I'm escaping with my low HP units. Hopefully I will be able to save them. The Demon Hunter is somewhere healing maybe or something. It's quite unfortunate that I was forced to use the big invulnerability potion on the Naga. You could see that 15 seconds invulnerability. That's great item, really perfect item. But I had to use it because I was afraid I get lighting from his Naga and I could lose my hero, so had to use it. I killed the mountain giant eventually, and I have pretty decent sized army, but it could use some healing, and still it's maybe not such a good idea to attack, because when he heals his army he can still kill a lot of units for free. But I have to attack because he replaced or moved, let's say moved his main base to the expansion. That's something that's really good for Night Elf in late game, because if other races mined out their gold mines, they just have to make new new main base that costs gold. But elf doesn't have to do that. It's like Terran in StarCraft. He just unroot his main tree and move it to the expansion for free. So he was trying to detonate my mana and water elementals, but well, it wasn't ideal for me. I could split better, focus better the wisps. I casted a lighting on them, so you know, I did maybe the best I could in this at this skill level I was back then. So I'm still fighting, I would say, pretty decently, because yeah, the demon hunter was killed. I wasn't even sure if he died or something. So that was pretty significant that the demon hunter was dead. So I was able to kill his main base. That's very good. Hopefully neither I'm not mining and neither is he, but I can't be sure, because it was his main base that I killed and he still could have some expansion, so I should definitely check that. But first I check this position. There's still the creep, so I'm gonna creep it right away. I have only 9 gold, so I can use the gold and maybe hopefully some good item again, even though I can't get any experience from this creep. Also, what I could have said earlier, when you're creeping with multiple water elementals, be sure to check which elemental dissolves earlier and send it more in front, so you can use it before he disappears. Sometimes I can see players that just select the elemental and, you know, go creeping and don't realize that they used the elemental that could last longer, and then the other elemental just dissolves. So Book of Experience, the best book in the game, obviously, and it gave me the level up. It's so important. And right now what I'm gonna do is quite a cute move. Since I have the mass teleport, I'm gonna attack his main. I'm gonna force him to go back in his main, and in meanwhile I'm gonna prepare my breaker near his expansion and I'm gonna teleport there right away, so I get some time window and hopefully I would be able to kill the expansion before he gets in the correct position. But what happened right there is he detonated a lot of my mana and I was almost out of mana. That it could be disaster if I had no mana on my Archmage, and if I wasn't able to teleport well, the game would be over. So I did this move to kill his expansion, and right now I'm like 99% sure none of us is mining any gold, and this is a position in which I can win the game, possibly. I need to decide if I'm able to fight the army or if I need to kill all of his buildings. That's quite important, because for example, if he had 6th level on his demon hunter, it would be next to impossible for me to kill his army, because the ultimate spell to the demon form is so strong, especially against the army of casters and weak heroes like Archmage or just intelligence or agility based heroes. Well, no, not the Blade Master, obviously. So I sold some items that I didn't need, like the Vampire Aura. That's no unit can benefit from the Vampiric Aura. And I bought some items, some healing scrolls or something. And he's attacking my buildings, I'm gonna attack his buildings. And this is funny, because I remember I made a huge mistake while attacking his buildings, and the game will be so much longer because of it. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now we have my opponent lagging, and he complained about some lags. I didn't really care much. Well, everybody's lagging a little bit. The Battle.net in Warcraft 3 usually had some delay, and it really wasn't something like we experience now in StarCraft 2. That's so much better ping. Even though you have good connection, that's just, it was a little bit messed up. So I'm killing his production buildings, and I think this is a mistake. I need to get rid of the moonwells as soon as possible, because when no players are mining, when you have no opportunity to get your army larger, you have to fight with what you have, the mana becomes the most valuable, let's say, resource or thing or whatever. Everything that has mana and the mana is for free is important. So casters, heroes, and moonwells, because the moonwells regenerate mana and the mana heals all the units and gave them their mana. So I should have focused the moonwells earlier. I have to kill them. And what? Yeah, well, yeah. This is a funny mistake, because in 2006 I didn't know that you can control the tornado, the ultimate spell from the Naga. I was pretty convinced that the ultimate spell from Naga is one of the most useless spells in the game, because I didn't know you can control it. You can, for example, take it and press hold position, and it will spiral on the same place and damage the buildings all over, you know, continuously, let's say continuously. So I didn't control the tornado, and therefore it costed me like 250 or 200 mana, and I didn't kill anything. So I think I'm gonna make the same mistake again. And it's pretty funny because you know, I was one of the best players in my country at 2006, and I didn't know that you can control the ultimate spell. So this will take longer for me to kill all of his buildings, because really the free moonwells should be already dead. I left the free moonwells at low HP, and I was unable to kill them. And it was nighttime, as you can see. Right now we are turning into daytime in the game. So in the nighttime the moonwells are regenerating. So he healed everything, and he's probably heading to my base again. But I think I'm really efficiently using my time, because as you can see, I would say through the whole game, or at least after the point I failed my tower rush, I really used efficiently my time. I was creeping so much, and I didn't waste any time moving chaotically on the map, or I don't know. And I killed a lot of creeps, I think more than my opponent, and that's one of the key for the victory. So I lost my priest, I saved my Naga obviously, and I had to teleport. I killed some moonwells. So again I'm home. It's kinda shame that I don't have any units, any peasants that I could place on the map, and I could use them to teleport to. For example, like I did with the breaker at his expansion. If I had one peon or peasant that I could place near his base, I could just teleport there, and I wouldn't have to teleport to my base, which is all across the map. So I'm gonna sell some items. I don't really need boots of speed on my Archmage, because it's not mid-game. I wouldn't be escaping from his hero or something, and the Archmage is just, you know, fast enough, and I'm gonna use teleport anyway, and the boots are expensive, so I just sold them. They don't really need them at this stage of the game. What is kinda scary are his dryads, because I think he should have focused my casters, focused the priest. If he focused the priest and mana burned him and kill him, it's, I think, the most important thing he should have done, because the priest is the only thing that gives me healing for free. If I didn't have the priest, every damage he makes would be like more permanent, because the regeneration is much slower than healing, obviously. But he didn't, and this is quite unfortunate. Of course I wanted to run by, and I wanted to run by to his base, and I don't want to encounter his army, because it's just too strong. The demon hunter is too strong. But we ran to each other. Fortunately he doesn't have the dryads with him. Oh no, he has, and he caught my sources. It's also bad. And the priest. So the casters are dead, the important mana units are dead, and the only thing good is that I sent my breaker forward here, and I was able to teleport here, and again he's out of position, and I would be able to do decent damage if I knew I could control the tornado, because as you can see, it's so useless that I've even cancelled the spell, because I was seeing it doesn't do any damage and it's freaking useless. So some Dryad focus, he can't escape. He has put himself in a bad position, so few dead Dryads for free and teleport. Always good trade. Again, I need to run by him and go to his base. So basically I got the easier position. I'm not saying the better position, because my army is pretty weak, but it's easier for me to play than for him, because he has to constantly imagine where I'm on the map, and he has to decide whether he tries to kill my buildings or split his army or defend his buildings, or what the hell, can he do. We met in the middle. That's something that wasn't good for me. And there's priest. There is one priest, very important, that he survived because he can heal my Naga. You can see the Naga is almost dead, and there wouldn't be any way to heal it. 720 mana, that's pretty awesome, I would say. So I sold another item and I bought invulnerability for 7 seconds. That will be very helpful in a fight. I think with so much mana, I just need to deny him the possibility to heal. First I need to kill his Moonwells, and then maybe I can fight his army, because I could cast like 6 or 7 spells, 6 or 7 lightings, and that could really turn the tables around. And you could see that with some micro I was able to save my breaker and kill one of the Dryads, and I lost the breaker. He got stuck by the elemental or something, and that wasn't really good. Again, another useless tornado. I didn't press the hold position while the tornado was hitting the 2 Moonwells, so another wasted time, another unsuccessful run by, and I will be forced to teleport again without doing any significant damage. So if I just knew I could hold the tornado on the Moonwells, I could be in much better position than I'm already. But what's a good thing, I caught the Demon Hunter out of position, because he backed all of his army, and he split the army, and he didn't think it really true, because the Demon Hunter is alone, and even though it's such a strong hero, it's still not able to kill all of my army, and big mistake from him. Almost saved it, but didn't quite. Big mistake from him. He didn't check my items. Maybe he checked them before, but at the last run by I bought my invulnerability, and he didn't check that again, and he thought he could kill my Naga before he dies, but he didn't, and that was the deciding point in this game, because he probably doesn't have enough resources to revive the Demon Hunter, and maybe he doesn't even have the altar. So without Demon Hunter, no chance for him, no chance. He could have bears, Pitlord, Naga, but without Demon Hunter, I just kill him with my spells only. So I would say right now I won the game because of his mistake, because the fact that he didn't check my items again. And this is how the Warcraft 3 works, because it might be easier to watch. Well, it is easier to watch than play it. I remember I so many times didn't click the opponent hero and didn't check the items, didn't check the upgrades and so on, and I was surprised when I lost. So I killed the Naga, because my Naga, as you could see, killed her with the spell, with the lighting. Now one lonely giant, one lonely bear with the heal, possibly with the bear. Beer with the bear, or bear with the beer. and maybe with the beard. But right now it's just playing heroes against units, making fun of his units, and he's digesting the loss because he defended the tower rush and he's